Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to day, or session 7 of Sol Speaks, I think. If you guys are already here, that's cool. I'm just saying hi, so whenever you guys are ready, you can just fire away, I suppose. Hey Charles, hey Zolfar-G, hey Kuroda, hey Pixel Carnage, and hey Fskater, you guys are nice, bright and early here. Pixel Carnage, I've been better, I suppose. I've been dealing with quite a lot of stress lately that's, very much getting to me at this point, so I've been better. But how are you guys today? Pixel Carnage, I don't really have many opinions on Minions. That rhymes. Because I haven't seen the movie, but the Minions themselves I think are incredibly annoying. They're like Angry Birds, but more annoying, which honestly I didn't think was humanly possible. F-Skater, no, I have not played Close Your Eyes. Hey J3DQD, what's going on? What's going on? Hey Goddessmere, what's up? Yeah, Johnny Man or anybody else, just let me know if you hear feedback in the audio loop, because I have it coming out of my computer speakers, which means my voice is also coming out of the speakers, so just let me know. F-Skater, okay, so I come home from work, and I check YouTube, and I just hit 2,500 subscribers, which is awesome, you guys are great. And then I check and it says that my MCN, so multi-channel network, i.e. Channel Federator, has approved me to be a YouTube partner. And I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, aren't I already a YouTube partner? I mean, I make money off my videos, not much, but I still have them monetized. And I look further into it, it's like, you have an opportunity to generate revenue on your videos by using ads and blah 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 and all that shit, and I'm like, okay, so what are the terms? And I checked and it's like, what videos are allowed? Basically anything that's 100% original content. Okay, what isn't allowed? Anything that even just sneezes at something copyrighted will be blocked, banned, or have the entire channel taken down. It's like, what? Why the fuck hell would I agree to that when my channel is nothing but copyrighted stuff? You know, I have no shame in that, and I'm just gonna keep doing it until someone stops me, so I'm not gonna stop myself. Goddessmere, I do have pets. I have 2 cats. Hanabi is sitting right next to me, chilling, and Kumo is somewhere in the house. Kuroda, I wouldn't agree to it. That's basically suicide for my channel if I agree to it, so I'm not concerned about the money, so the little extra money it promises me is not worth it. Fabulous the Fab, I did see that Samurai Jack is coming to Adult Swim, and also directed by Gandhi Tartakovsky. That was definitely good news, I gotta say. I woke up to that, actually, and, let's just say I had to run to Walmart to get new pants. Hey, Anime Freak. Zolfar, who was my favorite side character in Zelda? I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, there's a difference. There are some serious ones that I like and some funny ones that I like. I'm gonna say overall, though, I think probably Sheik. I really like Sheik. Cocoa Blitz. Yeah. You're lucky you came to the first one where everyone was here at the start. Usually there's like this 5-minute period of awkward silence at the beginning. Hey Brand, what's going on? Yeah, I got my iTunes playing right now, which has over 1,000 video game songs, as opposed to my phone, which just has over 100. So. Johnny Man, thanks, I'm glad you enjoyed the review. It was a pain in the ass to work on, but I think it turned out okay. My next one, I don't want to give it away. Let's just say it's something that the Nostalgia Critic has reviewed, so Yeah, and it's incredibly terrible. I'm just gonna leave it at that, but this is starting my big Sol's Holiday Fuckfest thing, so it's definitely holiday related. What's with this touch? Replication, are you talking about my, zombie back there? Because if you are, it's a 6-foot zombie and his name is Virgil, and he has his wife and child on his shoulders. I got him as a gift for doing a good job at building sets at one of my first jobs. F-Skater. You know what? I think that TV shows and video games should just stay separate from each other. I think that they need to stay separate entities from one another. So, you know, if they ever want to maybe make out behind the shed every once in a while, I don't mind, but I can't think of anything that benefits from having a TV crossover or a video game crossover. It just never seems to work. That's cool, Brad. Say something that's not erotic in an erotic manner? Oh, dude, I just took something to the printer and it was something you wouldn't even believe. Thanks, yeah, I like the shirt. I wish it was a little bit more, like, detailed, but I still like it. Corrally Hunter. I can't say that I do, because I just know one of their songs that I really like, so... Fuck. Oh, Darius brushed by my door and opened it. Yeah, I have my Bluetooth mic open. Yeah. Sorry. My roommate passed by my door and it opened. Goddess Mirror, is there any chance I would do a review on Amazing World of Gumball? Yeah, it's been suggested to me a bunch of times, but I need to make a solid commitment to it first, so I haven't done one yet. I haven't really considered it yet, but it is on my list, and it is high up on the consideration meter. Crystal Tyrannosaur, you didn't miss too much yet. Just greeting everyone mostly. F-Skater, what do I think of part 2 of Gravity Falls? Well, the second part of Weirdmageddon, it wasn't nearly as good as the first part. I thought it kind of went a little bit, just because it focused mainly on Mabel's stuff, and I like Mabel when she's a side character, not the main focus. So, I just thought it was a little underwhelming in that regard. Obviously, when I say underwhelming, I'm talking about Gravity Falls standards, in that it's still amazing, it's just a little bit underwhelming for Gravity Falls standards. So, it was really good, it was lacking compared to the first one, but I'm just so fucking stoked for the last one. And you have no idea. Although you probably do. Yeah, everyone was like freaking out about Dippy Fresh, and I don't know, it was funny, but it wasn't like the funniest thing ever. I think regular Dipper is funnier than Dippy Fresh. Fabulous to Fab, do I like Panic at the Disco? I can't say that I do. Best cartoon theme song, Anime Freak? Shit. Gravity Falls is up there with them. Samurai Jack is a great one. I really like Star vs. the Forces of Evil's opening theme song. Ooh, I really like Cyber 6's opening theme song as well. It's like the best part of the show. It was pretty great. Pixel Carnage. Do I like Counter-Strike? Nah, I'm more of a Team Fortress 2 kind of person. Zolfar, what was the first cartoon I can remember watching? Powerpuff Girls. That was the very first cartoon I remember watching. F-Skater, do we know when the last part is being aired? No, we do not know yet, although it's been hinted that it's going to be in January, which if it is, that's really awesome. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. John Dark. Well, it's not going to be The Cat in the Hat because that's live action, so that's beyond me. Charles, I've never seen the Megas XLR theme song, so I can't say for sure. I can only say ones that I've actually seen. Johnny Man, Gravity Falls series finale predictions. Well, my big one is that Grunkle Stan is going to die, i.e. sacrifice himself, and that Bill is going to be destroyed, or at least stopped in some significant way. So, yeah. Fabulous to Fab, Hanna-Barbera or modern cartoons? Modern cartoons. I don't think Hanna-Barbera started getting tolerable until the 90s. Crawley Hunter, suggestions for heavy metal bands? Well, I don't account for taste when it comes to me, because I just like pretty much anything as long as it's catchy, so if you haven't already heard them, I think you said you listened to Tool last time, so I guess that's off the list. If you're okay with foreign language ones, I'd say maybe, like, Sound Horizon, what's it called? Sonata Arctica, or whatever the fuck they're called. There's a bunch, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I don't know, Avenged Sevenfold, but only Nightmare. Everything else, I'd say you can skip. Their album Nightmare is really good, though. Brand, what was my very first video game? I want to say Super Mario World, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm gonna say the very first video game that I actually, like, played by myself with my own conscious thought was Ocarina of Time. And it scared the ever-loving piss shit out of me because of the redeads. And keep in mind, I was like 2 when I first played it, so my brothers played it first. And when I first saw the redeads, my brother and I, we just ran from the room and hid in the closet. We were like, they were scary. And they're not so scary now, but it still reminds me of how scared I used to be of them. F-Skater, have I ever played Skyrim? No, I like my adventures to have linear styles. I'm not really fond of never-ending story type things. John Dark, it's basically impossible to ignore the news on Samurai Jack, and it's pretty awesome. Goddess Mirror, for the Fuckfest, I'm not doing Teen Titans Go, because it's not holiday related. It's only going to be movies, so I apologize. Teen Titans Go is on my list. It's been I think it's the most requested thing I've had since Gravity Falls, and I assure you a review of it is coming. I'm not gonna say when, but it is coming, okay? It's in the works. So, yeah, take that for what you will. Fabulous to Fab, do I like Undertale? Well, a fan gifted me a copy of a Deichuri, and it was very nice of him, and I was playing it. I really appreciate it, but it's just not my kind of game. I like games that are not pixely. I prefer 3D rendered graphics, so, and not to say a pixely game can't be good, obviously they can be, I just don't like intentional games like that. Like, Shovel Knight I think is the only one I think I tolerate. Other than that, I don't care. I like 3D rendered graphics and like legible faces and all that shit. Kuroda, if you're talking about Shadow of Jack, are you talking about the one that gets made when Aku, like, makes a dark version of Jack? In which case, if that's what you're talking about, I don't care for him. If he had been played by Phil Lamar instead of Kevin Michael Richardson, I could tolerate it, but why get a different voice actor for a mirror image of yourself? I don't understand. It's just weird. Anime Freak, least favorite voice actor? I know so many voice actors it's so hard to say. I mean, some of them I like in other roles, some of them I don't. Like Yuri Lowenthal, I think is great as Cecil, but bad as Ben Tennyson. Just, so it depends. I can't think of any off the top of my head who I just absolutely despise. I just want to kill them, but I'm sure there is one. Johnny Man, well, Angry Video Game Nerd was like one of my most basic inspirations, obviously. I think what he does is amazing, and he's done it in an amazing way, and he's opened up opportunities for so many of us to do what we love just by being uneducated dumbasses with cameras. Crystal Tyrannosaur, what's my opinion on open worlds like GTA? Like I said, I like games with linear structure, so open worlds can go away, because I have a life now, sort of, and I don't have the time to dedicate to them. Zulfar, what is my biggest phobia? Hands down, it's vomit. And I have a big backstory because of that, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to burst into tears. So let's just say that I have a very good reason for having an extreme, almost deathly fear of vomit. Okay? in conjunction with that, also food poisoning. So vomit / food poisoning. Oh, Corona. Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure what you meant by that. I don't know. It looks okay. I just appreciate that it comes back. But everyone who's really excited for Samurai Jack coming back, just keep in mind, I really want to push this really hard because I know what's going to happen when it comes out, and I just want you all to know, you need to remember that this show is going to be different than the original, okay? In some way, and you can't shit all over it because of that. You can't expect something to go on a 12-year hiatus and come back exactly the same. So, just go into it with that mindset. You'll enjoy it more. Just don't pick and choose everything you want to complain about, because it's not going to be the same. It's a different imagining by the same person. Just go into it with that mindset and it'll be great. J3DQD, realistic or stylized graphics? It depends on what game it is. Like, it all depends. I like both. Johnny Man, I have seen the Angry Video Game movie, and it's terrible, but in a great way. It's when I watched it, my critic senses were going crazy. It's like, oh wow, this is really shit. But then I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is the culmination of the passion of one man who started something so incredibly stupid and actually came out of it a success. And I have nothing but respect for him, even if his movie kind of sucks balls. It's just... every time I think about the movie, it just gets me welling up with this, like, big nerd pride, because it's like, when in history could someone with such a crass and disgusting and stupid idea become so beloved by people, but in such a genuine way? You know, it's not like, oh, we love him because he's rude and gross and everything. We love him because of who he is. It's just the culmination of so many dreams coming true, and it's hard to explain why I love the movie, even though it's a bad movie. It's just... I love it. F-Skater, my cats are good. Hanabi's just chilling right beside me, and Kumo's somewhere. Goddess Mirror. Yeah, hunger. No, you know what? I'm gonna have to stick with hunger. I can't think of anything scarier than that. Crowley Hunter. Okay, so I got a request to do a review of an abridged series, but keep in mind I'm not going to be doing reviews of them no matter how much you ask, because I just... They don't make sense to review, because they don't have their own self-contained plot. They're just adaptations of something, and I just... it's hard to explain, but I just don't... it's just not something I want to do. Anime Freak. I do like Don Bluth. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but I think he's done some really great things, and also some really terrible things. But I'd say he definitely has his place, and he's done some amazing things, and it'd be great to see him go back to that with Dragon Slayer the movie. Pixel Carnage. You know what? I deliberately avoided the Nostalgia Critics review on the movie because I have my own thoughts about it. I don't want him to ruin them if he thinks different, because my reasons for liking it are probably completely spurious, but I don't care. I don't want anyone to change my mindset on it. So, yeah. I have avoided his review of it. Johnny Man, I'm pretty sure Nostalgia Critic has 3 movies, like Suburban Nights and Kick-Assia and another one coming out or something, and I don't know. Okay, Alejandro, do I like any cartoon or anime characters? Yeah, I like lots of them. Many of them. Goddess Mirror, my favorite standalone video game is Alan Wake, but my favorite video game series is a tie between Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, and Professor Layton. Anime Freak, I don't like coffee. I used to drink coffee, but I can't anymore because lots of caffeine gives me panic attacks and diarrhea. Having those together is not fun, so I can't have coffee anymore. Because having the trots while you're trying to keep your ass centered over a toilet is not fun. Zulfar, never trying is worse than failing, because you can learn from your failures, but you never learn if you never try. So, there. Crystal Tyrannosaur, donkey, or camel? I don't know. I guess maybe donkey? I'm gonna say donkey, just for reasons. Panacrea? Yeah, exactly, Corona. That's exactly what we call it, Panacrea. Whoa, Jesus, Hannah be flinching like crazy. He's a bean. Goddess be our most annoying cartoon character? I can't really think of any off the top of my head that really grate on me, but just coming to mind pretty fast is 10-year-old Ben Tennyson. He was pretty damn annoying. Hello, Gadex Viller. Sorry if I said that wrong. Guidex or Gadex. Favorite board game? You know what my favorite board game is? It's Titanic the board game. Now, before you go like, what the fuck? It actually is a pretty interesting board game, and the goal is not to escape the sinking ship until the very end. The goal is to just sort of establish yourself as a like classism sort of thing. Just establish yourself in third class and then move to second class. First class, then get off the boat because it's sinking. So, it's incredibly weird, and it's a lot of fun, to be honest. I would hope that if I ever did convention tours or something one day, I would bring that with me so I could play the game with fans, because I think you can have up to 6 players at a time. So that would be fun, actually, to play with you guys. This fucking weird idea for a board game. Zulfar, if I could offer a newborn child only one piece of advice, what would it be? You know, this is probably going to sound incredibly ineloquent, but it needs to be said to a lot of people. Sometimes life is shit, and you need to just get over that. Or, sorry, sometimes life is shit, and you need to just accept it. So many people go through life thinking that life isn't gonna be shit, and then when they get to the shit moments, they break down because they were never told growing up that life is shit sometimes. So, yeah, sometimes life is shit. Gadex Viller, what do I think of the last episode of Adventure Time? Are you talking about stakes? Because if you're talking about stakes, I thought it was okay, but kind of a big wasted opportunity, to be honest. Crystal Tyrannosaur, best animated movie in 2014? I didn't really see any that year, new ones, so I can't say for sure. Coco Blitz, most annoying villain? I'm gonna say Voltar from the League of Super Evil, but I'm not even sure if he's supposed to be the villain, because he's technically one of the protagonists, but whatever. Salty Sugarcane, you can rest assured that I do not ship characters, because I do not enjoy shipping characters. I think it's weird and odd, but you know what, if you ship characters, that's fine, but I will not do it, ever. Cinematic Platinum, showers or baths? I usually take showers. I think the last time I had a bath was like 4 years ago, but if the bathtub was clean and big enough for me to fit my whole body into, I would take baths a lot more often. But our bathtub is all rusted over and gross, so showers it is. Oh, Pixel Carnage, that's right, of course, Lego Movie. That I did see that last year, that was great. Wasn't as good the second time, but it was great. J3DQD, would I ever do video game reviews? No! Because there's too many video game reviewers out there, so throwing my hat into the ring now would be like peeing in the ocean. There's just no point. Ali Munz, have I seen the Batman vs Superman trailer? I don't care, so no. I mean, I'm aware it exists, but I don't care, so I'm not. I liked The Dark Knight, and that was basically it. Goddess Mirror, do I know about War mythology? No, not really. Board games are kind of outside my peripheral radar, too. Saru McJeebus, who's the most annoying hero? Well, I would say 10-year-old Ben Tennyson, but I'm pretty sure there are more annoying ones. Atitas is one who comes to mind. Yeah, I'd say, off the top of my head, 10-year-old Ben Tennyson and Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Salty Sugarcane, favorite Futurama episode? I like so many of them, that's hard to say. But... you know, I really like the original series finale, The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings. I really liked that episode. I think it just ends on such a sweet note, and the songs in it are pretty good, and I really like it. But I think there is a different one that I like more than that, but off the top of my head, I'm gonna say The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings. Oh, John Dart, favorite horror movie? I don't really care for horror that much, so I don't really have a favorite. Cinematic Platinum, thoughts on Lord Dominator? Well, she had a lot of potential to be interesting, but she just kind of got shoved to the sidelines and is just kind of annoying, to be honest. Sorry, Saru McJebus, if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Crystal Tyrannosaur, I would take 10-year-old Ben Tennyson over Bubsy any day. Even though Bubsy is played by Rob Paulson, who's my favorite voice actor of all time, he's still more annoying than 10-year-old Ben Tennyson. F-Skater, I do watch Simpsons and South Park. I have 13 seasons of Simpsons on DVD, 17 seasons of South Park on DVD, plus two seasons that are not on DVD. And I love them both. Simpsons up till season 13 I love, and South Park I love every single thing it's ever done, except for the ending of Stanley's Cup. Ali Monk, the longest anime I've ever seen, like, gone all the way through, would have to be D. Gray Man, which had 103 episodes. It's kind of as far as I'll go before I start getting sick of things. DJT, Megas XLR is on my list of cartoons to review. It's been suggested a few times, and surprisingly more times than I would think. J3DQD, I have no animation experience. My talents, I suppose, if you're gonna call them that, are in writing, directing, and cinematography, so animation is beyond me. So I want to be a content creator for animation, but not actually animate cartoons. Favorite episode, Wander Over Yonder Season 2, Cinematic Platinum? It's a very close tie between The Wanders and The Black Cube of Darkness. I like The Black Cube of Darkness just because it's a change of pace, and The Wanders because, of course, the ending part of it is great. Charles, I would love to meet Don Bluth, to meet one of the animation greats. That would be amazing if I'd be able to meet him. I mean, I wouldn't go all gawky and everything, but I would have genuine respect for him. Fabulous to Fab, Hero 180 or Teen Titans? Well, I haven't seen either of those, so I'm gonna say neither. Salty Sugarcane, my favorite stop-motion movie? You know, it's a tie between The Nightmare Before Christmas and Mary and Max. Hi, King Chaser. Crystal Tyrannosaur, I haven't seen World Trigger. I think it is on my list, though. Pixel Carnage, do I think that is worth getting on cartoons on DVD, Blu-ray? Well, to be honest, I download most of my cartoons just because I can't be asked to buy them. You know, I just don't have enough money to buy it. If I had enough money, I would buy it, but I don't, so yeah. But you know what? I say anime is worth buying on Blu-ray, but cartoons, not so much. Crystal Tyrannosaur, I have seen the original Land Before Time a long time ago, so I don't have very strong memories of it, but I do want to watch it again soon. King Jaser, I have seen Mirai Nikki. Mirai Nikki. I watched like 3 episodes of it. I really dug the opening theme song, but not much else. I got, about 3 episodes in before moving on. Coco Blitz, I haven't gotten a chance to play Guacamelee yet, but I have all of tomorrow off, and I don't have to write a script or do any moving or editing or anything, so I'm going to play it tomorrow, and I will let you know what I think. Let's see. Salty Sugarcane, favorite scene from Mary and Max? There's so many good scenes in it, it's hard to say. You know, I really like the scene where Max is typing his last letter to Mary, where he's typing back and, you know, they never actually meet each other, but when they meet each other in the letter that he's typing, I thought was really nice. And the fact that his world is all monochrome and her world is all sepia tone, even in the letter, is just, I thought it was a really nice touch. I mean, the whole movie is just full of nice touches and makes me want to watch it again. It was so good and sad and funny and just a great movie. I love it. If my review hadn't made that clear. Saru McJebus, what's the oldest thing I've ever watched? I think the oldest thing animated I've ever watched was Urashima Taro. It's a little short from Japan. It was from 1931, so I think that's the oldest thing animated I've ever watched. Anime Freak, where do I watch all the cartoons I review? Well, like I said, I mostly download them because lazy and also can't afford to buy everything, so yeah. Emmett Harvey, favorite feel-good movie? One that makes me feel good. Well, you know, I don't know of any ones that really make me feel good, exactly. I'd say some of the Pixar movies make me feel good, but I'd say the ones that give me all the most pumped up are Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete. Now that always gets me in a good mood when I watch it. Coco Blitz. Yeah, well, that's nice of you to think of me like that, but yeah, I haven't gotten around to getting very far in Undertale yet, just because I just haven't had the chance yet. Cinematic Platinum, gay or straight? Whatever you like. Either one's fine. The Replication, have I seen Max Steel? No. And why? Because I just haven't seen it yet. F-Skater, guilty pleasure? I have a lot of guilty pleasures, but I don't consider them guilty pleasures because if you like something, you shouldn't be guilty about it, unless it's something illegal, like child molestation or something. But I guess if I had to define it as a guilty pleasure, I'd say, you know what, I really, really like singing the songs from Friendship is Magic. Every time, I have like 26 of them on my playlist. Every time they come on, I'm just like, wah! And just belt them out because they're almost all exactly in my key, and they're so fucking catchy out of your head, and I just love singing them. But whenever they come on, like on my earphones in public, I always just kind of go like I feel like people can hear me listening to them. So, yeah. Rob Bob, worst motion capture film? Well, there's one I'm going to review very soon that I'm not sure I would, I'll reserve judgment until I finish that one. Emmett Harvey, action RPG or turn-based RPG? Depending on the type of game, both. If they serve both well, I'd say they're both fun. Cinematic Platinum, would I rather sit through Home on the Range or Chicken Little? I would take a million Chicken Littles before Home on the Range. Salty Sugar Cane. You know, when it comes to things like that, like movies that are just made to be crap tie-ins to a crap toy, it's such easy bait. Like, it's such an easy target. I just think there's no point. You know, I kind of like things to have a little meat on them when it comes to reviewing shit. And reviewing shit is not my main thing. My main thing is just reviewing stuff, be it shit or not. So, yeah. Saru McJebus, Friendship with Magic has extremely good songs. Lots of them are good. In fact, I would dare say it has one of the best cartoon soundtracks of all time to sing to, or to listen to. Because even the Equestria Girls movies have good songs, not so much Friendship Games, but Rainbow Rocks has great songs, and Equestria Girls has some pretty good songs. But the show is great, and I love singing them. So much fun. King Chaser, this music is from Kingdom Hearts, actually, not Final Fantasy. Emmett Harvey, have I listened to 21 Pilots? Nope. Zulfer G, do I read books? Well, behind my green screen back there's a big-ass shelf of manga. I read books, and I write books. So I like books. I just do a lot more watching shit than reading shit. Pixel Carnage, if you started a YouTube channel, would you support me? It depends. I mean, I've had a lot of people come and beg me for subscribers, which I can't stand, so begging doesn't help, But, you know, if you make genuinely good content, and it's something I enjoy or relate to, I can definitely promote it or support it or whatever. But just, you know, just begging for subscribers or support, I'm not going to respond to. Rob Bob, most mean-spirited animated film you've seen? Check out my next review and you will find out. Tomorrow. So just less than 12 hours now. Crowley Hunter, most disturbing stop-motion film? You know, I want to say Frankenweenie, and it's not because it's, like, scary or disturbing, like, psychologically disturbing. It's just disturbing because the kid fucking forces his dog to come back to life and expects it to be all energetic and happy-go-lucky. I mean, he violates the laws of nature just to get his fucking dog back instead of moving on, and it's just gross. Like, the dog is falling apart at the scenes, and it's like, oh, it's all happy and jolly, and it's like, no! This kid dug up the corpse of his dog, reanimated, and it's falling apart before his very eyes, and he just never seems to learn the lesson. It's very disturbing. Salty Sugar Cane, do I go to anime or comic conventions? I've been to a few anime conventions. I had a panel at one that was hilariously failed on my behalf, but I've only ever gone as an attendant, never really as a special guest or anything. I did have a panel, like I said, but a whopping 3 people showed up, so yeah. King Chaser, how are my book sales? Non-existent. Because people don't like my book so much. It's not really accessible to a lot of people. The most common complaint I've heard is it's too hard to read. In that, there's too many big words. It's like, yeah, well, you know what? That's what a dictionary's for. Johnny Man, how do I schedule my videos? I do have a very strict way of scheduling my videos to keep them from becoming too repetitive and also giving myself enough time to review it properly and watch everything that comes with it. Explaining my structure, though, is impossible. It only makes sense in my head. So, I know what I'm doing, but if I explain it to you, it will sound like I have no idea what I'm doing. John Dark, have I read fanfic Fallout Equestria? If it's fanfiction, you can guarantee I haven't read it. I don't like fanfiction. I prefer creating my own worlds as opposed to reading somebody else's. Anime Freak, my book, what it's about, I can't really explain it without writing you a whole nother book. So if you want to check it out, it is on Amazon. I'm not trying to plug or anything. You can just read the demo of it on there if you want to check it out. It's called... Well, okay, so I have 4 books. 1 of them is for sale. 2 of them are finished, but not up, just because I need to format them properly. The 4th one, which is the most important part of the story, is not finished, because at that point, I got like 100 pages away from finishing it. And I lost all drive because no one gave a shit about it. I dropped out of school to write this book and no one gave 2 shits about it, so that was demoralizing. But if you guys do want to check it out, it's called Paradox: The Last Day. It's on Amazon. It's like $3, but I'd say read the demo first and see if it's something you'd actually enjoy. Oh, and just keep in mind, it's not written like a book. It's written more like a screenplay. So... yeah, oh, and it's pretty fucking violent and disturbing and full of swears, and nobody is happy in it. It does not have a happy ending. So if you like only things with happy endings, just don't even bother. You won't be happy by this. It's like they take it's sort of like Shingeki no Kyojin, where they take one minuscule step forward, then they just get kicked back 1,000 miles. The replication. I am Canadian, as you can see by my gigantic Canadian Canadian flag back there, standing proud and tall, and I sure do love Canada so much. Cinematic Planet. What if Donald Trump showed up at my doorstep? Well, I would kill him. I would kill him. Yeah, I would kill him. I would do everything I could to make sure that he did not leave my doorstep, because I have nothing but contempt for that man, and I'm not American, I can't vote for a president, but words fail me as to how much I hate that human being, and I think that death is the only suitable solution to the problem. Rob Bob, am I excited for Anomalisa? Well, I've never heard of it, so I can't say for sure. Anime Freak, top 3 weapons? Bow and arrow, swords of any kind. I don't mind as long as they're a sword. You know, I can really only think bow and arrow and swords. There's something incredibly elegant about the bow and arrow. I love bows and arrows. I tried to learn archery at one point, but I was, balls. So, I didn't pursue it, but I did like it. Rob Bob, am I going to review the nut job tomorrow? Nope. I can say that for absolute certain it will not be the nut job. Caleb Champion, if you tried to make my book into a movie, first of all, it would have to be like The Lord of the Rings. The first book alone could take up 3 movies, but, I don't know. I think it would be very difficult to make into a movie. I think it would have to be a series. Or a series like Gravity Falls, where it has a structured ending that it's just heading towards. So, but I think the appeal for it would be very low, because, yeah, the first 50 pages or so are just kind of self-important wank, and I'm the one who wrote it, and I'm telling you that, because I started writing it when I was 14, and just kept kind of building on the foundations, and I kind of noticed the first 50 pages or so after publishing it, I'm like, wow, this shit's bad. It's boring, and it's just self-important. It's just jerking off, basically. So the first 50 pages is nothing but jerk off. After that, I think it starts getting more engaging. Rob Bob, have I played Banjo-Kazooie? Well, judging by my Banjo-Kazooie music, yes I have. Cinematic Platinum, say fuck 10 times? Okay, fuckadilly, fuckadicious, fuckadelic, and fuckalicious. J3DQD, have I seen Tokyo Ghoul? Yes, I did watch the first 3 episodes, and I was appalled by the amount of censorship it had, so I dropped it. But there is potential for a review in the future, since it's been requested to me quite a few times. And Dexter D. Lopez, have I ever heard of RWBY? Yes, I have. I watched the trailers for Red and White and thought they were cool, then I checked out the actual series and was like, nope, I'm done with that. As soon as they opened their damn mouths, I lost interest. Johnny Man, there was at one point where Paradox was actually going to be a manga, but the artist dropped out after drawing only 20 pages, and her style didn't complement the type of story anyway. I was just desperate to have someone acknowledge it. So, I do have the pages with me, but they are complete shite. Which isn't to say she didn't put work into them, but they don't serve the type of story it is well at all. It's like Bishonen styles in a story that's incredibly depressing and horrible and blood-filled and swear-filled and just kicking you when you're down type story. Sulfur, thank you. Like I said, I wasn't trying to plug the book, but thank you for purchasing it. That's very nice. Like I said, the first 50 pages are pretty much just wank, but if you can get through those, I think you might enjoy it. Welcome back, Goddess Mirror. Coco Blitz, I didn't watch the Game Awards show because I was at work, but I might check it out later. F-Skater, yeah, I actually had 2 covers for the book. The other one was extremely well done, but I didn't end up going with it. I went with a different. Actually, one sec. I'll show you something here. I got this made for the convention where I did the panel that was basically reading the first part of my book. I got this huge thing made for it. Oh, look, it still has it on there. One sec. Yeah, I got this made for it. It's a bit shiny. You can see there this huge poster, and it's made of you know, cardboard or whatever the fuck. So yeah, this cost a lot of money to make, and I never saw a single penny back on it. But yeah, when I do something, I go all out. Okay, John Dark, are there any hopes for a Steven Universe review? Well, I've already done a Steven Universe review, so yes. If you want, you can check it out on Stevray Bros channel. There's a link to it on my channel as well. Unfortunately, F-Skater, you can't have this poster. It means a lot to me. I really like it, and I like this poster. It reminds me of a better time when I thought that I could be a successful writer. Coco Blitz. Konami made it so Kojima couldn't. What did they have against Kojima? Like, what the hell did he do? Or what the hell did Konami do? Fuck, man. Like, that is the most abrupt change I've ever seen. Goddess Mirror, would I do a review on Ren and Stimpy? Yeah, I could, theoretically. I don't know what the hell I would say about it, but, yeah. Corrali Hunter, how many pages are in the first book? Well, there's over 500, so it's a long read, and that's just the first part. The second part has over 100, the second part that goes alongside Seymour's story has over 200, the finale part has over 100 pages, and the prequel part has nearly 600 pages, and it's not even done yet. Okay, now he's just getting all grumbly. But you're so soft, Marie. Yeah. That's basically it, Coco Woods. She was like, I am indignant to this, but meh. Well, it can't, John Dark, it can't be clickbait if you're already here. Rob, well, I didn't know she did that, so I guess that's kind of shit, but I'm sure she had her reasons. Zolfar, that all depends. It's gonna take a lot of work to reformat them properly, and the first one alone took me months to reformat. And general interest is so low that it's just not worth my time right now. A lot of it needs to be rewritten, especially the finale. I need to take a huge chunk of that out and just toss it to the wind, because it's useless now. I don't want to see my efforts go to waste, but I just don't think it's the kind of thing people will enjoy. No, it's too niche-y. You know, it's just, it was a lot of wasted effort. It was 5 years of my life I put towards writing something that never came to anything, and made me sad, you know. It made me give up on things for a while there, but I do not give up on things for long, and I got right back into writing after I was being all sad about stuff. Which, again, came to nothing. I have scripts and pitch bibles and design documents and characters made. I spent thousands of dollars on character designs, and that never came to anything either. So if there's one thing I'm good at, it's making things that never come to anything. J3DQD, I kinda dropped out of school to write it, but it happened at the same time I needed to drop out to get a job. Otherwise we were gonna leave our house, or lose our house, so it's kind of both things at the same time. I needed a job, plus I wanted to continue writing, so I dropped out of school. Anyway, for your favorite crossover? I don't know, I'm not really a fan of crossovers. I kinda like the Say Uncle crossover, just because it was so ridiculous it was almost funny. But, it's hard to say. Oh, F-Skater, when I say I give up, I don't mean give up for realsies. You know, whenever people say they give up, they mean business. I don't mean business when it comes to that. It's just, it can be disheartening when something you put so much work into, you know, doesn't amount to much. But to say that is saying that, you know, everyone's gotta fail before they succeed, and it sucks that one of my biggest projects I've ever done failed miserably, but maybe it means something will happen in the future. Pixel Carnage, what's my job now? Well, I have 4 jobs, technically, but my actual job that pays the bills is selling cell phones. But then I have my show, which is a job, and then I have writing, which is another job, and then, yeah. True Gamer, Simpsons and Family Guy crossover was inevitable, and yet I can't stand it. It just pisses me off immensely. Sarah McJeevis, okay, so Invader Zim is the most requested thing for me to review since the beginning. And I just have this sneaking suspicion that I'm going to watch it, and I'm not gonna like it. In fact, I'm fairly certain I'm not going to like it. Now, I don't judge a book by its cover in any significant way, but I just have this feeling no one's gonna like what I have to say about it. So I've been putting it off. It was scheduled for this year, but I had to put it off because of reasons. So it is scheduled for some time in the future, but I just know people are gonna get all up in my ass because of it. John Dark. If you duct tape your eyes shut, that might help. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Anime freak. I mean, I don't watch live action stuff because live action. But you know what? Just because it's kid-based live action entertainment, I'm going to assume it's bad. Because it generally is. The most inappropriate piece of animation I've ever seen? It's funny because when I think of inappropriate, it doesn't, you know, I have an incredibly high tolerance for that kind of stuff, so it kind of glances off of me. I've never really seen anything that made me absolutely go like, oh, what? Ugh. So, yeah, I can't say for sure. True Gamer, well, the fact that a new season is coming after a 12-year hiatus with Genndy Tartakovsky at the helm? Well, let's just say I had to go to Walmart to get a whole new wardrobe because I cacked my pants so hard it blew a hole through the floor. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Crowley Hunter, we're gonna start wrapping up here pretty soon because it looked like everyone just kind of left. Death Music, have I seen the Bat Metal video? Nope. Sorry. Ollie, what a boo. So free. Okay, alright. Alright. Still got 9 minutes to go here. Did everybody just die all of a sudden? Rob, what about Food Fight? Okay, so if I would really like to do a review of Food Fight, but I'm not going to because if I did, I know people would just say, ugh, you're just following in JonTron and Nostalgia Critic's footsteps, ugh, you're just trying to imitate them, clickbait, blah blah, YOLO swag 360, and it's like, you know, I can do something that somebody else has already done without it being just trying to follow in their footsteps, but I just don't want to stick my head out for something that might not actually be that terrible, because I have watched Food Fight before. I've actually watched it twice, and it's terrible, but it's not that bad, you know, it's not like world-endingly bad. It's just stupid, you know, and the story behind it is hilarious, but it's not that bad. Favorite episode of Samurai Jack? That would have to be, fuck, what's it called? Son of a bitch. My favorite funny episode is Aku Tales, but my favorite serious episode... Oh, why can't I remember what it's called? Basically, oh, the Aku infection, that's what it's called. I fucking love that episode. Johnny Man, if I were to review the Samurai Jack series, it would have to be a special episode because it would be nothing but, you know, just filleting the series for about 20 minutes. Because I just have nothing but praise for that. Anime Freak, no, I don't watch any abridged series, and before you ask, no, I'm not going to be doing any reviews on them. Replication, I have seen some hentai before, and I'm just going to come right out, I don't really care for it. It's not my thing. So far, my dream has been to make cartoons, and so far it hasn't come true. But, you know what, I feel like every day I get closer to it, so, yeah, you know, a dream doesn't just get shoved under your face, you gotta work towards it, so I feel like every day I do my show and talk with you guys and just be out here with everybody, all you wonderful people, I feel like I'm just one step closer to my goal every day. It's a long-ass goal and it's really far away, but you know what, one step is one step, it's still progress. Melodic artist. Do I like my work on YouTube? Yeah, I really do like it. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it can be mind-numbingly boring and tedious as all fuck, and also scary sometimes. But in general, it's much more fun than it is tedious, because just being able to do something like this with you guys, coming on here talking with you guys, and having you guys actually have fun while doing it, it's great. You know, it's so awesome. So it's a lot of fun, but you gotta be able to do something like it. If you don't have the drive to do it, you're not gonna have fun. Zulfar, do I prefer stability or spontaneity? You know what? I prefer a mix of both, sort of in moderation. I prefer a stable life, but every so often something that every so often something that mixes up is most welcome. Caleb Champion, alright, if you want to link me to her or whatever, that's fine. Just keep in mind I don't really watch many gamers on YouTube, and I'm not super interested in them. Johnny Man, getting a camera for Christmas, want to start a YouTube channel, any advice? Okay, well, first advice is, if you don't think you can handle, derision, don't even bother, because this is the internet we're talking about, so people are not going to be nice to you. So, just, I'd say one thing is you have to have a thick skin, 2 is you need to have drive, and 3, you need to have courage. Because if you, it's just like any visual medium, if you're sticking your neck out in this type of thing, you're going to get your head chopped off at some point, and if you don't think you can handle that, don't even start, because if you start and then you don't think you can handle it, you're just going to be letting people down. So, yeah. King Chaser, how do I arrange my time? Well, just like scheduling my episodes, I have a method that only works in my head. If I tried to explain it, you'd be like, how do you not drop dead from exhaustion? Alright, see you later, replication. Anime Freak, worst types of characters in cartoons? Basically sponges. I hate, not SpongeBob, but just sponges. People who just are there for no reason, except just like crap comedy relief characters. People who don't serve the story in any way yet refuse to go away. Those kind of things. Melodic artists. Well, your demographic is completely different from mine, being a cover artist of songs, so I'm not sure what advice to suggest, other than just keep at it. You'll find your audience eventually. There are lots of outlets you can look into. I'm sure lots of people find that. I like singing songs from Friendship is Magic as well. So, yeah. Saru McJeebus, what's a brony? A brony is a male fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Christina. Oh, puns. Coco Blitz. Recording the live action sequences is actually one of the shortest parts of it, because I only direct myself. I don't have to direct other people very often, and I know what I want from me, so it's pretty quick. I'd say an average filming session, the live action parts, takes around 20 to 30 minutes to do, and that's counting setup as well, with my big ass soft boxes and my green screen and my tripod and my camera and all that shit. So. Death Music, what's the most dumb comment I've read? Ah, okay, the most dumb comment I've ever read was actually a few weeks ago, actually more like a couple weeks ago, where one of the people commented on my video and said, do a review on Naruto this Friday, or I will be forced to unsubscribe. So keep in mind, this was Tuesday, alright? So Naruto has, I think, over 400 episodes, at least over 400 episodes, so trying to cram over 400 episodes in between Tuesday and Friday and do a review on it is literally impossible. So I said I can't do that, and he unsubscribed. And I was just laughing my ass off, because it was like... you have any idea how stupid you are? It's just... I should have been mad, and yet I wasn't. I was just laughing so hard, and it still makes me laugh. Oh, man. That's funny. I know, it was so funny. I had to post on Twitter just because I couldn't even believe how stupid it was. Melodic Artist, thank you. That's nice of you to say. I'm glad you enjoy what I do. I want, yeah. I like singing pony songs, and that's cool that you do too. Good night, F Skater. Thanks for coming. And Johnny Man. Awesome. That's nice to hear. Anime Freak. Have I heard of Miraculous Ladybug? Well, given the fact that Nickelodeon's not advertising at all, I'm surprised I have heard of it. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping up here because it looks like everyone's kind of going now to go to sleep or whatever. So, anybody have anything else they'd like to say or ask or do before they go? Because, yeah, just got a little bit more time here. Salty Sugarcane. My favorite Friendship is Magic song. It's a cross between Celestia's Ballad and, fuck. I like so many of them. Yeah, a cross between Celestia's Ballad and, You'll Play Your Part, but my favorite overall, like, Friendship is Magic, Equestria Girls related song is Under Our Spell. That song is fucking awesome. And it's so fucking catchy, I've listened to it like a million times. Johnny Man, the name of my book is called Paradox, The Last Day, Seymour's Story. If you go on Amazon and just look up Paradox, The Last Day, it'll come up. It's the book with this picture on the front. Oh, sorry. With the clock there. If you see that, you know you got the right one. Yay! I like surprises! Whee! Pixel Crunch, my favorite Steven Universe song is Do It For Her, because I really like singing that one too. Alright, well, I guess we'll wrap this up then. I'll say goodnight to y'all. But, yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Don't forget there'll be another Cell Speaks next Thursday, same time, 9:30 p.m. But, yeah, so if you guys want to join again, I'll be back on. But thanks again for watching, and thanks again for 2,500 subscribers. You guys are kicking major ass right now. But I will see y'all next week, and, have a good night, or day, or whatever, everybody. Hey, don't step on that, Hanabi. Okay, sorry. I will see y'all later. Alright, good night, guys.